Hey guys, Jamstrap here, and welcome back to another Which Army Should You Play video. And in this series I've been going over every army in 40k and giving you guys some tips on why you might want to start an army or why you might not want to start the army. And as always, this isn't about power gaming in tournaments. It's not about going through the strongest units in the army. It's about what the army's like on the tabletop, how you can get started, little hints at the lore, just all the kind of fun stuff about it. And as you can probably see by now, today we're going to be talking about probably the most savage and most badass Space Marine chapter there is. Well, next to Space Wolves, of course. Actually, I'd probably say these guys are more brutal and savage than Space Wolves. I mean, they might not look like it, but they definitely are. And to be honest, I'm very, very close to, maybe starting a little kill team or a little small battalion of these dudes just because of how cool they are. Between them and Space Wolves, and sometimes Dark Angels actually, but yeah, definitely Blood Angels for me are super cool. But anyway, as usual, let's start off with going through the aesthetics. So you're looking at the models that you can get, and maybe what you're going to be looking at on the tabletop. So already from this few pictures we've seen here, you can kind of get the vibe of what the Blood Angels are. I mean, it's in their name as well, but I mean, like this dude here, you get a very vampire-y, angelic kind of vibe going on. I mean, Blood Angels is all about art and culture and stuff like that. They love having beautiful armors. I mean, look at this dude right here. Let's have a closer look. Oh, yeah, these guys will open as well. This is basically what they're all about, super fancy, artistic, vampire-y angelness. So that's pretty much summed up in this one model right here. So I mean, this might not be the kind of look everybody wants to go for. And to be honest, it never really was mine either. But it has more and more I got to know about the lore and stuff about Blood Angels and their Primarch and all that kind of stuff. I slowly grew to like them even more. Just because they might look all beautiful and they care about the way they look and all that stuff. But underneath their surface, they're ready to literally eat your face off. Rip you to shreds, and they don't care who's watching. So you get quite a few of these say the Artificer fancy boys. You get your normal Space Marine stuff, tactical squads. Yeah, they got hints of Blood Angel to them, but it's the same as most Space Marines. I mean, this is a really cool model as well. I love the way it's been painted. That's really cool. And the dudes in the black, if you don't know by now, they're part of the Death Company. So you got your normal Space Blood Angel dudes in the red, and then you got the Death Company. Basically, the Death Company are the kind of guys that have fallen to the Black Rage, I think it is. I always get mixed up between the Red Thirst and the Black Rage, but I guess I shouldn't get confused because, I mean, Black Rage, dudes in black armor, yeah, obviously. And basically their story is, well, I should say that Blood Angels have two kind of genetic problems. One's the Black Rage, like I said, and the Red Thirst. So the Red Thirst doesn't have anything to do with miniatures. It doesn't really impact your models and stuff you can buy, but as you can see, the Black Rage dudes, they get their own kind of aesthetic and look. And the Black Rage is basically the normal Blood Angels, maybe on when they're just about to go into battle or during battle or something like that. Long story short, they lose their mind a little bit, they go a little bit crazy, and yeah, they just want to start slaughtering people. And the Red Thirst is, well, no, I should continue to say that and when this happens, they kind of get put on their own company. Just so it's a bit easier to control them and stuff like that. They get let loose on their enemies and stuff. Whereas the Red Thirst is kind of similar kind of thing. During battle, the Blood Angels will succumb to the Red Thirst, and they just want to start drinking people's blood and stuff like that. I mean, in some cases, it can get to actually wanting to cannibalize their enemies and stuff. It gets pretty crazy. So that's why I said they're an extremely savage army. I mean, they're probably one of the greatest close combat assault armies in the game right now. As you can see, with these dudes, there's jump packs everywhere. If you want a really fast moving, jumping around, flying, getting into combat, just murderizing everybody with flamers and melters and stuff, chain swords blazing up, then this is definitely the army for you. And of course, if you like painting red, I guess. And like I said, then you just get your normal dudes over here, so you get a bit of extra flavor with the Death Company and stuff like that. And not only that, I can't actually pass this. I know I keep going back and forth here, but almost forgot about Mephiston. Mephiston is basically I think he's one of the most powerful psychers in the Imperium. As you can see, he's got a new Primaris model over here. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you can definitely see the vampire-y vibe with this dude. I mean, he's even got like fangs and stuff like that. And this is when it comes to the artistic part with like the muscly power armor and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm very, very tempted to start up a little Blood Angels force because this guy's awesome. But yeah, I can't remember which one it was. Either the Red Thirst or the Black Rage. I think it was maybe the Black Rage. He kind of started to get it, or he did succumb to the Black Rage, but he somehow kind of fought his way through it. And because he's come through that, he's kind of harnessed the power. He's like one of the most like powerful Blood Angels or Space Marines there are around right now. So he's got a really cool story. I don't know if I messed that up a bit, but yeah, awesome model, awesome character, very powerful. Like, see, even the Codex just has a guy flying through the air with a plasma pistol and a chainsaw. That is basically what you're going to be doing with Blood Angels. You want to get like right up in front of your enemies as quick as you can and destroy them. So anyway, I keep looking at the top of the page and just keep going down. There's just too many cool characters to look at. So of course you got Mephiston, but you get like Gabriel Seth here, which is he is Blood Angels, but technically he's part of the Flesh Terrors, which is like a successor company, which you can do as well. I really like that color scheme. Okay, I found him. There we go. We've got Dante over here. Dante is also a massive lore character. He's one of the oldest Space Marines going right now, I believe. And yeah, I think he's actually been given quite a lot of power by Gilliman right now in the lore. So yeah, like I said, the Blood Angels have got absolutely amazing characters, lots of lore, and really cool aesthetic as well. They're extremely different to normal Space Marines. I mean, Space Wolves are pretty different. But they're Space Marines with wolf pelts on them. I mean, that, like, the actual base of their armor is completely different. Obviously not all of them, but like a lot of these units. Yeah, so you even get a Death Company Dreadnought there, which looks pretty sweet. And then of course you just get the generic Space Marine stuff like this stuff over here. But you do get some more characters. I mean, that guy looks awesome. Yeah, all standard stuff. Land Raiders, we got the Primaris Marines. Normally I leave the Primaris stuff to last, but I mean, I've said this like a bazillion times throughout all my Space Marine videos. If you are going to get into this, you just got to realize that Primaris are the future. Well, I'm pretty sure they are. And if you do decide to play Blood Angels and you buy loads of old Marines, like these dudes over here and some of the older tactical squads, yeah, these guys over here, if you buy this, you just got to know that they're probably going to be like kind of out of date at some point in the near future, because they'll either get like a Primaris update or something equivalent to it at some point in the future, I'm guessing. So if you don't mind having models that maybe don't look quite as good as the Primaris, I don't know if I'd say good because Primaris are kind of boring, but I mean like proportionally they're better. I mean, but still, these would be awesome to paint up. I mean, yeah, you might even want to get a pack or two of different Blood Angels things just so you can get bits and stuff to kit bash your Primaris Marines, because that's some really, really cool bits you get there. If I made a little army of them, I'd probably do that. Yeah, one thing I should say though, kind of like in my Dark Angels video, I said, one of the positives of the army is that your Primarch is still alive and he'll probably come back in model form at some point soon. But unfortunately for Blood Angels, your Primarch is dead. He's never coming back unless Games Workshop decides to rewrite something or whatever. So yeah, you're never going to be getting a Primarch. But you got some super amazing characters and there's still a few more that need to update and refresh. So I mean, you got some cool stuff though. So yeah, I think we've had a quick look through on the miniatures, talked about the aesthetic, like I said, angelic angel boys that love art and culture and stuff like that. And also gameplay wise, it's all about the assault. It's about jump packs, hammers, chainswords, melter guns, flamers, getting in your opponent's face as quickly as possible and just absolutely ripping them apart. That's what they're all about. But as always, Space Marines are Space Marines. They're pretty versatile. You can build them any way you want. If you want a shooty Blood Angels army, I guess you can do that. But I mean, why are you going to play Blood Angels if you're going to be doing that? Also, another bonus to these guys is you get quite a few upgrade packs. So if you did want to do Primaris Marines, you got this pack here, which would work perfectly fine. You get this awesome little helmet dude. No, not dude, just a helmet. That would look sweet on one of your like leader guys. I'll definitely get that if I do that. I mean, you got your Flesh Terrors, shoulder pads, and then you get your Primaris version as well. I'll definitely buy like some jump packs, chain swords, and just kit bash the hell of some Primaris dudes. And of course, once again, if you are thinking of going Primaris don't really fit any kind of like close combat armies right now. Like Black Templars, Blood Angels, Space Wolves. They don't really fit. They fit better with shooty armies like, well, just generic Space Marines, Imperial Fists, that kind of stuff. Maybe even Dark Angels as well. So yeah, you gotta kind of weigh that up, I guess. So let's think, if you were gonna get this army, what would you do to get started? Well, like I always say in all these videos, if you're new and all that kind of stuff and you're watching this video, just start off with three troop choices, get 2 HQs, and then get whatever you fancy after that, whatever you like, you know. Just let the rule of cool guide you until you get a bit more, like, better at the game. Once you start knowing the rule sets and all that kind of stuff. But so yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with going tacticals or getting some intercessors or something like that. I'd definitely get some, you know, assault squad dudes. But I mean, if you're asking me, and I'm very much in the mindset of kind of leaving the old Marines behind at this point, I don't really want to invest my money and time into the older dudes right now. I would probably, for me, bare minimum, start off with like 3 squads of intercessors. You know, I'd probably get like Mephiston, and then maybe some generic like Primaris Captain or something like that I would kit bash the hell out of. And then, to be honest, I'd buy like the Death Company jump packs, like stuff like that, or I'd just buy jump packs and kit bash Primaris Marines to kind of be like, just be using their bodies, but like not the Primaris rule, if that makes sense. So they look like Primaris, but they're playing as older Marines. But at the same time, doing that is kind of a shame because you are missing out on a lot of very, very cool and classical miniatures. So, like I said, you kind of just weigh it out for yourself if you don't mind that kind of stuff. Investing into some units aren't too bad. But anyway, this isn't actually about if you should play the army or not. I'm just rambling on my preferences on stuff. So yeah, I think I've gone through like little hints on the lore, kind of aesthetic, what are the Blood Angels about, what their play style is. And now let's have a quick look at how you'd get started in them. What are the discount choices? What is the quickest way to get into them? And if you're watching this as this video comes out and not too far after, depending on GW stocks, you're actually in a pretty good place right now because you've got this little battle force here, the Spear Strike Force, which hasn't been sold out yet. So that is an absolutely amazing start right there. I mean, I can't think of a better start out of a little bundle there. Especially if you're buying it from like third party, like your local friendly game store. They'll probably have like 20%, 10% off of this as well. But let's have a look at the start collecting box. Let's see what we get in here. So yeah, it seems like a tactical squad, a captain in Terminator armor, and you got a little, is that a Ball Predator? Let's have a look in the bottom what it says. Yeah, so yeah, it's a Ball Predator, thing like that. So once again, if you don't mind the older miniatures, this is a pretty good start. I mean, that tactical squad just looks amazing. So much detail in there. That captain's pretty cool too. I'm pretty sure Terminators are good in Blood Angels as well. I'm not 100% on how they work, but obviously they can deep strike in, so I'd imagine they'd be pretty well. So you got your jump pack guys running around, Terminators deep striking in, like teleporting in and stuff like that. Yeah, I think you can surround your opponent pretty quick with these dudes. So you got that. Now, if you really like these ones, I mean, you can probably buy this like maybe 2 times, pushing it 3 times if you really wanted to. Yeah, you could get quite a lot of that. But this little set here is even better. I mean, this has got, you got the Ball Predator here, you got 10 Intercessors, you got your Sanguinary Guard, I believe. I'm probably got that wrong. I mean, come on guys, I'm a Space Wolves player. I don't know all the names of everything. And you've got 5 Death Company jump pack dudes, which are freaking awesome. And it comes with the little Chaplain jump guy and the Terminator captain. So this is pretty sweet. I mean, you could probably buy this and a start collecting force, and you got a pretty decent start right there. I mean, that's pretty top notch. I mean, how can you say no to this dude? I mean, this thing's, well, I guess it's also just beautifully painted as well. So yeah, definitely if you can, if you want to get started, this is a great set. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how long it's going to be in stock for. Anyway guys, not sure if I've missed anything. Like I said, it's just a quick roundup of everything. I've gone over the kind of look, playstyle, where you can get into it, all that. So as a summary at the end here, if you dig vampire-y, deep striking, alpha strike, close combat monsters with absolutely amazing characterful models, yeah, this is definitely the army for you. And also a bucket load of awesome lore as well, if that's your thing. As always guys, if you liked the video, you know what to do. Comment below what you think of this army, if you're thinking of starting them, or if you got some kind of like tactical advice, maybe more opinions on how you can get started or anything like that. Leave them in the comments below. Always appreciate it. And also people watching it can read that stuff and get some more information, so that's great. Also maybe check out my channel and subscribe, because I release loads of hobby content every single week. But until then guys, see you in the next one. Bye bye.